This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com.
Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Gooner Lee with me. 5-1, last game of the season to Arsenal. You started before the game, confident, believing, this could be a twist in the tail for Arsenal. As soon as you was on the stream, you heard that Tottenham went up in the scoreline. I think the mood changed for you, but what really has frustrated you, because the mood was completely different than the watch along today?
It's just a story of like what could have been, like for us, we've just bottled it. Like we moan about, or we talk about Spurs bottling and sort of the history of what they've been used to, but we've bottled it. We had 2 opportunities against Spurs and against Newcastle to do the job, and obviously we've come out short. Now, I know people are going to try and say there's positives. We've got the 3rd best home sort of record in the league, which can be sort of seen as something good compared to the previous 2 seasons. But Arteta was part of that as well, when it was actually quite poor, losing to all of those teams that he did, like Burnley and Everton at home. Look, for me, next season is a massive season for Arteta. I know he's got his 3-year contract, but contracts mean nothing in football nowadays. And he needs to really step up. He needs to show that he's going to learn from some of the mistakes that he's made. Look, for me, we talk about some of these young players. We talk about ESR. We give Saka all the praise in the world, but we need to be critical and give them actually something to be held to, a standard to be held to. These players want to get these new numbers, these first team numbers, these big historic numbers for Arsenal. They need to do something to show and prove that. It's just really disappointing. The top 4 thing, it only matters if we're going to compete. And for us, we needed to get top 4 to get the nice players or the good players that we want to kind of develop and push forward. Because all the excuses, if we don't get top 4, we can't get the players. Yep. Top 4 doesn't mean anything other than getting those good players, because I want to progress. I want to start being in a position where Liverpool and Man City are challenging, because that's where we should be. We're a massive, massive club, and we're not actually moving like that. We're moving like a little boy in a playground that can't hold his own. And that's not what Arsenal is and what they should stand for.
So as an Arsenal fan, do you believe if we hit top 4, we'd have the right tools to stay in that top 4 race, challenging the Champions League, challenging the Premier League, if we made it this season?
Do you know what? Again, a lot falls on Arteta, he's made some, as I said, some steady and slow progress, but we need more. We need more, and we deserve, and we need to just start demanding more. It's just really, really disappointing at the end of the day. We said the same thing the season before that. We said the same thing last season. It's just every season there's some excuse. There's something where I'm like, injuries. It's always something, and we have to just start putting our foot down and demanding more from all of these players, from the club, from the owners, from everybody. Josh Kroenke's come out today with some more statements about Edu and Arteta being in control of all of these players and who comes in and who goes out. So everything's leading to one person, one man, and that's Arteta. And again, I always want to reinforce, to me, Arteta in, Arteta out is a load of BS right now, because we can't change much. He needs to just learn from the stupid mistakes that he's making throughout the season and now just start delivering. There's no more talking. We've been hearing talking for the last 15 years. We heard talking with Arsene Wenger. We heard talking with Emery. We heard stuff with Lundberg calling out these players. And now we've got Arteta. Arteta has pretty much got a whole new team. He's just missing now a couple of strikers from the team that he wants and he's given all these contracts to. So it's on him. He needs to just do better. And as I said, for me, it's a season that's made steady progress, small progress, but it always just come down crashing.
Slow progress, steady progress, but not enough for you then, Lee, at all to say, you're challenging the force, but you keep speaking about the youngsters and their numbers and what they need to prove more for this Arsenal side, but they got into that conversation of top 4 this season, which started awful. Do you not give them any credit in that sense? Because they pretty much held up the team this season.
They did, and it's not just a target on the young players, it's on everybody. But right. I just kind of more look at it as we always laud the young players as being amazing, but we've still not got to the actual objective, which I think we should have got to, especially from...
Does that not take time?
Yeah, but if you're in the position, you got to go through, you got to power through. Yeah, you can talk about age, but Phil Foden's doing crazy things at Man City.
Under Pep and a successful team, though.
Yes, but we're talking about these young players as being these amazing players, and they're performing better than the sort of more streetwise and older players. Then when they make a mistake or when they kind of fall short, look at that performance against Newcastle for ESR. It wasn't good enough. It was not good enough. And yes, we can talk about Xhaka. We can talk about all the players. The
whole team.
The whole, because they always, we know El Neni. We know what these players have been here for 5 years and they've not got us in Champions League. So there's no point going over the same sort of players. But we now need to start thinking about some of the players that we laud up to being these amazing players. And what are they doing? How are they performing? Are they going to be taking that next step? And hopefully next season is going to be a different season. But it's so far, the jury's out, man. The jury's out.
Okay, well, let's end on that. On this note, there, you said next season, next season. Are you excited for next season?
No, I'm not excited. There's nothing to be excited about. I need to see actions. You know what? And it's funny we're going to end in this. Xhaka said, "We don't talk, we do." Owners, players, show me.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.